Back here at Jimmy John's Field for Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Cardinals and the Blue Devils. Cardinals took Game 1 3-2 as they had 3 innings where they scored a run, and the Blue Devils just had 2 innings where they scored 1 run. Each pitcher on the mound, Wichikowski and Jacob Clark, both were cruising at certain points through the game, but Concordia came out on top, and that went 3-2 with a late run in the 8th inning. Now here in Game 2, Matt Blanc on the mound for the Blue Devils. As he gets the first batter, Van Acker looking for the first strikeout and the first out of the game. Matt Blanc, lefty, 3.25 ERA, 5-1 on the season, and 8 games started, 211 opposing batting average, so a pretty solid season thus far. And if you tuned in last game, you might have heard it. I spoke about Caleb Homan, described him as almost a righty version of Matt Blanc, so obviously Matt Blanc is the lefty version of Caleb Homan. And what I mean by that, Matt Blanc isn't going to overpower many hitters. He's going to command the ball very well. He's got a lot of pitches that he's able to throw. That includes a fastball, a curveball, a slider, and a changeup, the 4 main pitches. What he really needs to focus on from Coach Eldridge is that he really needs to stay off the center of the plate, because since he won't overpower those hitters, if he leaves anything over the plate, they're going to be pretty easy to hit. And Chris Lowe softly grounds one down the third base line where nobody's at. And he'll get on with an easy infield single for the first base runner of the game. Jackson Wakowiak, Eddie Dobkowski, Sean Fannin round out the outfield for the Blue Devils. Ryan Robinette, Harry Storch back at third and shortstop respectively. Nick Allen will take over at second base for Logan Grizel. Brian Corbett is still at first base. Max Mooring now takes over behind the plate. And as I just mentioned, Matt Blanc will take over on the mound. Blaine Milheim at the plate. He'll be followed by Grant Steinborn, Kanan Bain, Preston Sherman, Ethan Vosberg, Jordan Sherman, and Justin Mercer to round out Concordia's batting order. 1 down, 0-1 count. Chris Lowe, the runner at first. Sun really starting to peak out here now. Hard hit grounder to Blanc. Blanc to second for 1. The relay not going to be in time. So Milheim will go into the scorebook as a fielder's choice. And Lowe will be the second out of the inning.
Number 1, Kanan Bain. My correction, number 21, Grant Steinborn.
Number 21, Grant Steinborn will head in as the cleanup hitter. Also will be on the mound for the Cardinals today. Steinborn probably the best two-way player on either of these teams. He's batting .340 on the season, and he's pitching very well also. We'll get more into his stats once he takes the mound at the bottom of the first. For now, his hitting stats are very impressive. He lines one down the right field line foul. Steinborn batting .340. That was before the first game today. But he did all right in the first game. He went 1 for 4 with a couple strikeouts, so that'll drop just a little bit. Oh and 2. Ball misses high. 1-2 now on Steinborn. Steinborn does have more walks than he has strikeouts. 18 walks, 15 strikeouts, and 100 at-bats. The 1-2. Breaking ball, smacked out to center field, but Dobkowski puts it away. So Blanc allows a single, but no more. And Concordia is held scoreless in the top of the first. The Blue Devils try to put some runs on the board here in the bottom of the first early. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. First pitch in for a strike from Grant Steinborn. Steinborn, as I mentioned, probably the best two-way player on either of these teams, both offensively and defensively. Spoke about his offensive numbers, but now to take a deeper dive into his pitching stats this season, and they're pretty phenomenal. 11 games started, 11 games pitched, 7-0 record on the season, a 1.9 ERA, an opposing batting average of 249. Doesn't overpower many batters. He's only got 22 strikeouts on the season, but his pitches are good and he can command them well. Just like that, Eddie Dobkowski, the leadoff hitter, is put away on strikes.
The shortstop, number 1, Harry Storch.
Harry Storch comes in now. Harry started the last game at short and in the 2 spot, was eventually pinch hit for Tyler Childs, and now starts the game out at shortstop again. First pitch in for a strike. Sean Fannin waiting on deck. Jackson Wakowiak in the hole. Brian Corbett batting 5th. Batting 6th, Ryan Robinette. Batting 7th, Logan Barker. 8th is Nick Allen. And 9th is the catcher, Max Mooring. That pitch in for a strike at 76 miles an hour. Didn't have much movement, but it was late movement. We'll have to watch that. Storch drops one just right down the right field line, and he will be the first base runner of the game for the Blue Devils.
Number 14, Sean Fannin.
Sean Fannin comes up next. Sean 1-for-4 in his first game. Had a double, but also had a hard hit line drive to third base. Off speed pitch in at 66 from Steinborn. Misses 1-0. 1-1 now. These two games pretty huge for both teams. I said back in the first game, Lawrence Tech tied in the second spot to host a playoff game. Lost game one though, dropped to 11-6 as Fannin drills one between first and second baseman to put runners on first and second with one out. Nice early start here for the Blue Devils, picking up offensively from the last game where they didn't have much going for them. They didn't walk at all but once. No, but twice in the last game. Only had a few singles and one double. See if they can get something going early. Anyways, Concordia now jumps to 9-6. They stay in that fifth spot now. But now they're a game and a half ahead of U of M Dearborn, who sits at 9-9. Nice curveball there from Steinborn. Jackson Wakowiak at the plate. Just like I spoke to Coach Eldridge, I also spoke to Coach Zach Johnson, coach of Concordia, about what their team's mindset is, knowing they only have 6 games left after these 2 games, and that they're kind of sitting on the bubble almost, now a game and a half ahead of 6th, or 7th rather. And he said they're really just trying to take one game at a time, not trying to focus on the other games just yet. They'll take one game at a time. They said they're going to try to focus on Lawrence Tech today, and they did just that in the first game. Played a really sound defensively game. They also pitched pretty sound. Jacob Clark led the way. And he did really well. 7 innings, just 6 hits, and 2 earned runs. One and two, one out. Runners on first and second. Storch the runner at second. Fannin the runner at first. While Kowiak in the box. Looks at a pitch low and away. Two on Wakowiak. Center fielder shaded a bit right. Left fielder a bit shallow. Right fielder normal depth. Infielders back. That one misses as well. 3-2 now on Wakowiak. Wakowiak 0 for 4 in game 1 of 2. Full count. Runners on the move, but popped up high into left field. And Jackson Wakowiak pops out. Runners do not advance. Runners were on the move. Hit and run called on. But Wakowiak couldn't get it to drop. Now we got 2 outs. First pitch into Brian Corbett is a strike. So 0-1 now. Next pitch also hits the outer part of the plate for a strike. 0-2. Corbett down early in the count. 0-2. 2 outs. Storch the runner at second. Fannin the runner at first. throw down to second. Almost got Storch. Here's the 1-2 now to Corbett. Swung on and missed. Got him on strikes. So the Blue Devils threaten with back-to-back singles, but do not score. We'll head to the top of the second scoreless. This is the Lawrence Select Sports Network. Matt Blanc out for his second inning of work after throwing 15 pitches, giving up just one single. Back in the first, now he faces Kanan Bain, the left fielder. Kanan did not start game one, but he did come in to pinch hit late in the game. Looks at a pitch low there, 2-1. Kanan, a solid .283 hitter, 3 doubles and a triple on the season, 17 RBIs. Blanc struggling to find the zone these last few pitches, 3-1 now to Bain. Bain has walked 12 times this season. So that one in nicely for a strike. Full count now. Blanc was able to get out of the first inning, just 15 pitches as compared to Steinborn's 21. And that one just misses for ball 4. So the leadoff runner is on. And that pitch was called a strike just last inning, but not now. Preston Sherman, the right fielder, steps in now. Kanan Bain, the runner, not much of a threat to steal, just one stolen base on the year. Pickoff move, not in time. Better throw, would have had a chance. No score here in the top of the second. Blue Devils trying to find a way to split this doubleheader with Blanc on the mound. Blanc was a player in the summer league that Coach Eldridge coached. Coach Eldridge describes him as a tremendous leader. And Blanc, just like every other pitcher on the team, very competitive, doesn't think anybody should really get on base. Blanc is one of the 3 seniors on this team. He was one of the first players they signed. As Sherman shows bunt there, and that ball gets away. but Bain will not advance. Ball didn't go far enough. Matt, also the student government president from Ann Arbor, Michigan. That pitch just misses outside, 2-1. That pitch was called a strike in the last game. Doesn't look like it will be there this game. 2-1 now. Bain, the runner at first. Sherman at the plate. That one misses way outside. 3-1. Blanker struggling to find the zone this inning. This one popped up high into center field. Dobkowski comes in, makes the play to put the first out away. Sherman unhappy with himself on that one. Ethan Vosberg now. He will try to advance Bain and get on base himself. First pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Vosberg, a 272 hitter. 21 strikeouts on the season and 114 at-bats. Runner goes, throw down, too high, gets into center field. So that'll go down as a stolen base for Bain. So Bain, the runner at second, 1 out. Still no score. Vosberg at the plate, 0 for 3 in the first game. Did have a walk, though. .71-mile-an-hour breaking pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now on Vosberg. See if he goes back to that same pitch or not. And he does just that. 72 miles an hour. Morin able to tag Vosberg before he gets to the base. 2 away. Go down as a strikeout in the books. This one popped up. Foul play. Jordan Sherman, the first baseman. Kanan Bain, the runner at second, 2 down. Left fielder shaded pretty far right. Sun really starting to peek out now. Shadow's pretty obvious. The 0-2 now to Sherman. Breaking pitch just hits the outer part of the plate. So once again, the Cardinals threaten but do not score. We'll head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. This is the Lawrence Sack Sports Network. Ryan Robinette will lead off for the Blue Devils. Ryan, the third baseman. Ryan also went and played the first game. Did pretty well, 2 for 3. Had a chance to drive in the go-ahead run back in the 7th inning, but lined out sharply to center and ended that inning. Blue Devils went on to lose game 1, obviously, 3-2. Grounds this one off himself. It'll be a dead ball foul. 2-2 now. Robinette works it to a full count now, 3-2. Robinette 16 walks. Drives one down the left field line. Foul. That would have been most likely a double. Anyways, Robinette with 16 walks on the season, more than he has strikeouts. However, just an on-base percentage of .384. Three-two again now to Robinette here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a foul tip, strike 3. Steinborn threw 21 pitches in the first inning. Blanc threw 15 in the first inning, and then 19 in the second. Logan Barker, the designated hitter, now bats. Logan did not play game 1. However, he is a solid hitter. Logan batting .281, 3 home runs on the season, tied for the team lead. .490 slugging percentage. Here's the 2-1. And yes, he did take an offer at it. So 2-2 now to Barker. Steinborn with 3 strikeouts, all of them swinging so far in his 1 1/3 innings of work. 2-2 grounded. First baseman Jordan Sherman is there to put it away. So 2 down. Steinborn starting to settle in nicely after giving up back-to-back singles from the 2 and 3 hole hitters. While Koyak popped up to short, and then Brian Corbett, Ryan Robinette both struck out swinging, and then Logan Barker grounded out to first. 2 outs now, and Nick Allen at the plate. Nick also did not start in the last game. He's filling in for Logan Grizel this game. Nick batting .281, not much power. 3 doubles on the season, no home runs. However, he does have a pretty solid eye at the plate. He's got 9 walks and just 6 strikeouts. On base percentage of .452 in 12 games started. This one popped up. Foul ground. It'll be the first baseman, Jordan Sherman, over there to make the play. Basket caught it. 3 of them over there. Steinborn, Mercer, and Sherman. But Sherman made the play. So 3 up, 3 down for the Blue Devils. We'll head to the top of the third. Still scoreless here at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. We'll be right back on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. First pitch is low as the 9-spot hitter Justin Mercer attempts to get his third hit of the day. He went 2 for 3 in the first game. This one back into the seats right in front of me. Mercer also had a double and a run scored back in that first game. Batting just .231 on the season, so that 2 for 3 game will likely move it up a little bit. Does have a triple on the season. No score here in the top of the third. Nobody on, nobody out. That pitch just misses outside. 3-1 now. That outside pitch has been somewhat inconsistent so far for that umpire. That one lined down third base line, but a nice hopping play there by Ryan Robinette to put Mercer away. Back to the top of the order, Van Acker now at the plate. And these two next at-bats with Acker and Lowe will either be good for the Blue Devils or bad, because if either of them gets on, you're going to have to face Milheim with runners on. And that's exactly what Coach Eldridge does not want to have. He does not want Milheim to get to the plate with runners on. That's what he spoke about pregame. He said there's really no way to stop him, but there is a way to stop the other hitters before him. So if you can limit his RBIs, technically you are limiting him. So we'll see what they can do with these two hitters here. Another miss, 3-0. Blanc was at 34 pitches through 2. 3-1 now, and it'd be hard to see that he doesn't hit the 50 mark after this inning. But the LTU pitcher did pretty well game 1. They only had to use a couple of them, so they got a pretty fresh bullpen waiting if Blanc needs it. And he walks him there on 5 pitches. Which means unless Lowe can ground into a double play or something like that, Milheim will come up to the plate with runners on. Milheim, 66 hits out of 127 at-bats. But Chris Lowe now at the plate. Looks at a first pitch strike, strike one. Chris singled back in the first inning, was called out at second after a fielder's choice by Milheim. Lowe also singled back in the first inning of the first game, ended up coming around to score. Otherwise went 1 for 4 that game. And he bats .345 so far this season. Had a really solid first game overall between both teams. The top ERA team in Concordia, the top batting average team in the Blue Devils. The Blue Devils unfortunately took that loss 3-2, but a soft grounder to Blanc, who takes the out at first to put 2 away. So 2 away, Van Acker, the runner at second, and now Blaine Milheim steps to the plate with 2 outs.
So 0, Blaine Milheim.
And just like that, we're going to get a quick mound visit, probably due to Milheim being at the plate. I'm sure they'll think about possibly just pitching around him, not necessarily intentionally walking him, but just not giving him much to hit. So we'll see what they do here. Milheim steps in, wind still blowing left to right. Outfielders pretty straight up. Infielders also back. First pitch, an off-speed pitch in for a strike. So I got the first pitch in there, it all-important first pitch. Now it's 0-1. See what he throws here. That pitch hits the upper part of the zone, 0-2 now. So interestingly enough, as I was talking about, maybe they'll just pitch around him here. Now it's 0-2 to Milheim. We'll see what happens here. I assume they'll try to just get him to chase somehow, maybe on an off-speed pitch, probably away, just so they don't give him much to hit, because if you leave him a hanging breaking ball, bad things might happen. A nice pitch. It was a breaking ball, and Mooring makes the nice play to finish out the strikeout. So Blanc strikes out Milheim on 3 straight pitches. A nice breaking ball, a fastball high in the zone, and then a breaking ball low and away to finish out the inning. Still scoreless here. We'll head to the bottom of the third where the Blue Devils try to get on the board first. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network.
Batting for Lawrence Tech, number 2, Max Morin.
Max Mooring shows bunt, pulls it back to start the bottom of the third. Still no score here at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. But Mooring drills one into center field for a base hit. Rounds the bag, holds up at first. And with that, the Blue Devils have the leadoff hitter on. And we'll head to the top of the order. Chase Kaufman here with you. Producing by myself. Using the internal mic on my laptop. That's probably why it sounds funny. Also using a webcam. That's why the camera doesn't look so great right now. We had technical difficulties with our typical setup, but we're doing what we can. Hopefully all is going well out there in listener land. Eddie Dobkowski steps to the plate. 0 for 1 today, struck out back in the first. Bunts right up to the pitcher. Steinborn takes a look at 2, doesn't throw, gets him at 1 though. So a nice play all around there. Dobkowski able to lay down the bunt, move up the runner. Steinborn took the look at second, knew he couldn't make the play there, so took the easy out and got it to first. Some nice fundamental baseball there. That's what you like to see if you're a baseball fan. So now with a runner in scoring position, 1 out, Harry Storch will step up to the plate. Harry Storch is 1 for 1 on the day. He had a single back in the first. That pitch low, 1-0. Throw down to second, doesn't get him. That's Max Mooring down at second. That pitch misses low. 2-0. It's actually Sean Marshall at second, the pinch runner. Marshall, a speedy runner. So if Storch could get somewhat of a good single, Marshall should be able to score and put the first run on the board for either team. But we got 3-0 here now with 1 out. And make that 4-0. Storch reaches on 4 pitches.
Number 14, Sean Fannin.
So with 1 out, runners on first and second, Sean Fannin now at the plate. Sean Fannin, obviously one of the best hitters on this team, batting .369 before today's games. 42 games played, 42 games started, 3 home runs, 6 triples. Fannin 1 for 4 in the last game. Looks at a first pitch strike there. Marshall the runner at second, Storch the runner at first. Wind pretty heavy now, blowing still left to right. Soft pickoff attempt to second just to keep him close. Marshall is a speedy runner out there. Oh, 1 now. The lefty to the righty. Fannin looks at a ball outside. 1-1. This is where the Blue Devils really need to take advantage of these opportunities. Steinborn, a really solid pitcher, a sub-2 ERA. This is what Coach Eldridge meant when they said they had to take advantage of these opportunities. Fannin drills one to left field. This one's back. This one's deep. And this one is gone. A home run. Sean Fannin with a deep 3-run shot to give the Blue Devils a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. It was a slow off-speed pitch, and Fannin stayed back, waited for it, and drilled it to left field, kept his hands in, and now gives this Blue Devil team a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the third.
Now batting number 25, Jackson Concordia.
So Sean Fannin with his 4th home run on the season gives the Blue Devils that shot they needed. They took advantage of that opportunity, just like I was talking about, and just like Coach Eldridge talked about pre-game. They had to take advantage of the opportunities, and I'm definitely going to say that's taking advantage of an opportunity there. While Kowiak grounds one to short, that's Chris Lowe who makes the play. Two outs now. Blue Devils lead 3-0. This one grounded foul. Brian Corbett at the plate. Brian struck out his first at-bat. 0-2 now. Shot back to the pitcher off Steinborn, and he's not going to be able to get to it. So a hard hit ball hit right up the middle, right at Steinborn. And Corbett will get on base. And it looks like Steinborn's okay. I wasn't sure if it maybe hit off him or not, or if it was off his glove, but he doesn't appear to be in any pain. So now a 2-out single brings up Ryan Robinette. Foul ball off Robinette. 0-1. 3-0 Blue Devils here in the bottom of the third after that 3-run shot from Fannin. That brought in Max Mooring, the catcher, and Harry Storch, the shortstop. Robinette hits a grounder to third. And Ethan Vosberg is able to stop it, but cannot throw it. Couldn't come up with it cleanly. So the Blue Devils with 2 outs trying to make something again happen here. They already scored 3 with 1 out. Jackson Wakowiak grounded out to short. And then Brian Corbett singled. Robinette put the ball in play. Good things happened. So we'll see what Logan Barker can do now. They did rule that single from Corbett an error, actually, and Robinette did come up with a single. Looked like a single to me, though, from Corbett, just because he hit it so hard there really wasn't much that... Oof. And that throw back down by Justin Mercer, the catcher, first almost hit Steinborn. Steinborn had to duck, and then it hit Corbett off of bounds. Everybody appears to be okay, though. A lot of throwdowns so far this game, from what I've seen. Haven't really given you the chance to hear who's out in the field for the Cardinals. Bain, Milheim, Sherman round out the outfield. Vosberg, Lowe, Acker, Sherman in the infield, and Steinborn and Mercer are your battery today for the Cardinals. 1 and 2 on Barker. Appears that Steinborn, kind of like Blunk, doesn't have much speed, can't overpower really, but has really good off-speed stuff. There's a fastball there, I believe, and it's only at 76 miles an hour. I haven't seen much faster than that, but when he throws his curveballs and when they work, they're really good pitches, but obviously he's like Blunk. When he gets it over the center of the plate, bad things will happen, just like that home run shot from Fannin just a few batters ago. Runners are off, but a swing and a miss there from Barker, and that'll end the inning. But not before Sean Fannin delivers a 3-run shot to give the Blue Devils a 3-0 lead. We'll head to the top of the 4th where the Blue Devils try to maintain that 3-0 lead. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. This one driven out to left center field, and this one's going to get down to the wall. Grant Steinborn will head into second with a stand-up double to start the top of the 4th inning. So he gave up that 3-run shot, but he told himself, well, I might as well help myself out. So Steinborn will come out for a pinch runner. But a good job of getting that leadoff batter on to give himself possibly a couple runs. He drilled that first pitch right into the gap. Kanan Bain now steps in. He walked in his first plate appearance, stole a base. Blanc misses outside with that pitch, 1-0.
Jack for the Cardinals, number 1, Keenan Bain.
That pitch also misses out, 2-0. Of course, we're at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan, home of the United Shore Professional Baseball League. Really nice stadium. Definitely recommend, if you get the chance to come out and watch a couple games, definitely do so. Pretty cheap tickets and pretty good entertainment. Could be a fun day with the family. Some interesting team names as well. The Diamond Hoppers, the Birmingham Beavers, the Unicorns, and the Woolly Mammoths. I'm a Woolly Mammoths fan myself. Not that it matters. Pick off to second, nothing there. Blue Devils trying to make this a split doubleheader. They lost the first one 3-2. Couldn't get much going offensively early on. Scored 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, but that was it. They only had 7 hits in the game. 2-2 count on Kanan Bain. Steinborn started off the inning with a double. Pinch runner at second now. Here's the 2-2. Got him looking right on the inner part of the plate. 1 away. Preston Sherman now will step in, see if he can do something with the runner on second. Preston flew out to center field back in the second inning. .68-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch from Blanc there. Misses outside. Preston a .330 hitter. .474 slugging percentage. .435 on-base percentage. So pretty solid at the plate. That one misses low. Two and 0 off speed, sails in for a strike. 2-1 now. Blue Devils definitely do not want to go home, losing both of these 2 games. LTU 11-6 in the conference, 30-13 overall. They'll be taking on U of M Dearborn this Saturday at home at Jimmy John's Field. Weather pending, of course. I heard there's supposed to be some rough weather in the area. I'm going to check that up right now. See what's going on for Saturday. Doesn't look too bad. There's supposed to be some rain showers in and out throughout the week. And they said he did go. So 3-2 now. Preston taking his time getting back in the box now after walking almost halfway down the line. Runner at second, 1 out. Blue Devils lead 3-0 here in the top of the 4th. The payoff pitch. He lost him. So now runners at first and second. Still one out. Ethan Vosberg now at the plate. Momentum starting to go back in Concordia's dugout. Blunk having some trouble throwing strikes, and Coach Eldridge is going to come have a quick word with them. Anyways, I was talking about the weather. It looks like it's supposed to be okay. Only a 20% chance of precipitation on Saturday. And then around 5 o'clock, it hits about 50%. And then on Sunday, I think it's supposed to rain for just a little bit. So it looks like we'll be okay. Nothing really in the days beforehand either to really mess up the field. So it looks like they'll be playing U of M Dearborn this Saturday. They'll also be playing their last doubleheader of the regular season at UNOH on Sunday. Game 1 for both doubleheaders will be at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, of course. This one, a blooper out into center field, but Nick Allen is there to put it away. 2 down. Nice hustle over there by Allen. It's an important play there. Now 2 outs, runners still in first and second rather than bases loaded, or even another run in for the Cardinals with 1 out. Jordan Sherman now at the plate. He struck out looking to end the second inning. First pitch in for a strike. Blunk had 50 pitches before this inning started, and he was at 64 before that pitch there, so make it 65 now. You'd like to see him get out of here with probably under 70. So his pitch count he's doing all right. He hasn't had more than 20 in an inning yet. But he's close in this inning. That was the 16th pitch right there of this inning. 1-1 to Sherman. Jordan did not play the first game. He's taken over for Max Hecht, who struck out 3 times, went over 4 in the first game. Steinborn started off the inning with a double into the left center gap. This one fouled back out of play. And then Bain struck out looking. Sherman walked. Vosberg popped out to second. Now Sherman tries to do something here with 2 outs. Blue Devils lead 3-0 here in the top of the 4th. 2 away. Runners on first and second. Sherman at the plate. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to third. Bobbled a little bit by Robinette. But makes the nice play. Just steps on third. Takes the easy force out. And the Blue Devils get out of the mini jam. Blue Devils still lead 3-0 going into the bottom of the 4th. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. 3-0 Blue Devils here in the bottom of the fourth. Nick Allen leads us off, shows bunt, pulls it back 1-0. Nick popped up to first in foul territory to end the second inning. 1-1 now to Allen. Allen batting .281. Doesn't just get on base from hits though. Has 9 walks on the season and on base percentage of .452. See if he can be a true leadoff hitter here. Steinborn misses away. 2-2. Steinborn was at 58 pitches before this inning. Swung on and missed. 1 away.
The catcher number 2, Max Boring.
Max Mooring now. Max led off the third inning with a single, came around to score by virtue of that Fannin home run last inning. Looks at a lower strike there, 0-1. And Max drives one down the left field line, just foul. Max came in more as a utility guy, but now he's kind of turned into a catcher primarily. And he came into the fall making dramatic improvements, and now he's kind of found himself into that second catcher role of the doubleheaders. Coach also describes him as having one of the best speeds he's seen for a catcher on this team. But defensively, he's also said he's really learned over the past few months or past season how to call a really confident game as a catcher, as he strikes out there for the second out of the inning and the second strikeout of the inning. Back to the top of the order, Eddie Dobkowski. Eddie currently playing through a broken nose, actually. Got hit in the face against Cornerstone. And Coach said to say he's tough would be an understatement. Out of Romeo, Michigan. He is a sophomore. Drives one to the shortstop. Shortstop Chris Lowe there for the third out. So Blue Devils retired 1-2-3. Still maintain a 3-0 lead. We'll go to the top of the fifth. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Mercer leads us off, looks at a ball outside. Concordia with 6 games to go after this one, in the conference at least. Mercer chops one to short. Storch there gets the speedy Mercer for the first out of the inning. This team's got Siena Heights and Lords coming up.
Number 26, Van Acker.
It's really interesting taking a look at some of Concordia's recent games. They're now on a 5-game conference winning streak after that win earlier today with LTU. Here's top of the order, Van Acker. Before the game this morning, or this afternoon rather, they beat Cornerstone 8-2, beat Cornerstone again 15-3, beat Rochester 7-2, beat Rochester 11-10. But then against Indiana Tech, they lost 14-4 and 4-0. So they're not really beating up on the good teams, and they're beating up on the bad teams. But then you see them here today. They just beat LTU, and LTU is one of the better teams in the WAC, obviously. So I think what's happening with Concordia, they just can't seem to win those close games. Against Madonna, they lost 4-0, 2-1. But then again, they lost against Michigan Dearborn 10-0. As Van Acker takes the pitch looking there. 2 away. Chris Lowe steps in, 1 for 2 today. First pitch in for a strike. 72 miles an hour.
77, Chris Lowe.
So just to give a little insight on the WAC tournament, that'll begin May 2nd and May 3rd. And the 1, the 4, and the 5 seeds will all be grouped together. The 2, the 3, and the 6 seeds will all be grouped together. And each team will play everybody once. And if a team comes out of their pod 2-0, they'll automatically move on to the championship game. But if all teams are 1-1, then they'll start a playoff game between the 4 and 5 seed or the 3 and 6 seed. And the winner of that will go on to play the 1 or the 2 seeds. Nice play there from the Blue Devils to end the inning. 1-2-3, 5th inning for the Cardinals. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll talk more about the WAC tournament right after this on the Blue Devils Sports Network. First pitch in for a strike here in the bottom of the fifth. LTU up 3-0. Before we left, I was talking about the WAC tournament and how that kind of plays out. So day one, or the first round rather, will start on May 2nd. The 1, 4, and 5 seeds and the 2, 3, and 6 seeds will all be pulled together. So 2 different pods of 3 teams as Storch drills one to left field, or right field rather, for a leadoff single. So we'll take the 1, 4, and 5 seeds for example. So for game one on day one, the 4 and 5 seeds will play. The winner or the loser of that will play the 1 seed, and then the winner of that game, of the first game, will play the 1 seed. So everybody will play everybody. It's like a round robin. If all teams have 1 loss, then the 4 and 5 seed will play again, and the winner of that game will play the 1 seed, and the winner of that will move on to the championship. But if one team is eliminated day one, and by eliminated I mean go 0-2, which means another team would go 2-0 and the other team would go 1-1, then the 2-0 team and the 1-1 team would play each other. And if that 2-0 team happened to win that game, they would move on to the championship. But if the 1-1 team happened to win that game, then they would play another game, and the winner of that game would move on to the championship. So I hope you got all that. It's kind of a lot to take in, but if you read it, it kind of makes sense. If you go to WAC Baseball, just search that up on Google. It'd be on the WAC site. And it really makes sense as Fannin drills one to third base, and Storch is caught. So another line drive out for Fannin to third, and Storch froze a little bit. So instead of a leadoff hit with nobody out, we now have 2 outs and nobody on. Fannin now 2 for 3. Obviously had that 3-run shot back in the third. That's how the Blue Devils now lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs, nobody on. That pitch in for a strike at the lower part of the zone. Strike zone's been kind of inconsistent this game. Been pretty large as well. That one in for a strike as well, 1-2. Second line out for Fannin the third. Both of them very hard hit. Off-speed pitch gets Wakowiak. 4 pitches rather, gets Wakowiak. Steinborn faces the 3-batter minimum. We'll head to the top of the 6th. LTU still leads 3-0 here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Milheim lays down a bunt foul. Concordia dugout really starting to get into this one, trying to get something going, to get some runs up on the board. We're on the top of the 6th. And LTU still leads 3-0 from that 3-run shot from Sean Fannin earlier in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 to Blanc. Milheim about to bunt, pulls it back quickly after he knows it's going to be a ball outside. 1-1. 1-1 to Milheim now. Off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. 74 pitches through 5 innings for Blanc. He's been pretty solid so far this game. Only giving up 2 singles, and I don't want to jinx it, but he's doing really well right now. Sorry, 2 hits. One of them was a double, one a single. This one, a single. I knew that was going to happen, too. Should have just shut my mouth. Leadoff single for the Cardinals. What are you going to do? It's going to happen at some point. That was Blaine Milheim. He's hitting .520 this season in 42 games, so he was due for one. He's now 1 for 3 this game. Grant Steinborn now heads the plate. He doubled in his last at-bat. First pitch to the left center gap. First pitch, a ball. Cardinal dugout really trying to pump up their hitters right now. Making all the noise they can. Foul down the first base line. We'll see if all that chanting really helps their team or whether it kind of gives Matt Blanc more of an edge. Maybe pushes him a little bit. One to Steinborn. Steinborn, a 300-plus hitter. Drills this one out to right field. This one's going back. Fannin at the fence. This ball is gone. Grant Steinborn with a deep shot to right field. And LTU now holds a 3-2 lead in the top of the 6th. It didn't look like he crushed it that hard, but he hit it so high. He's so strong. And inevitably went out of here. Caden Bain now at the plate. First pitch misses inside. Two and two now on the hitter, Kanan Bain. Kanan 0 for 1 today, a strikeout looking with a walk and a stolen base. Check down to first, did not go. 3-2 Blue Devils. Here in the top of the 6th, a couple home runs. Put the runs on the board for each team. One from Fannin, one from Steinborn. Taking a look at the flag out in center field, wondering if the wind might have pushed that one just over the fence to give Steinborn that 2-run shot. Wind is blowing a little bit, and that ball only went a few feet over the fence. Swung on and missed, 1 out. Seventh 13 here in Utica, Michigan at Jimmy John's Field. Chase Kaufman here with you. Glad to be here. Very glad to be here. Ball 1 to Preston Sherman. Misses outside. Sherman 0 for 1 today with a walk. He also went 0 for 3 in the first game before being pinch hit in the 9th inning for Jake Moyer. 1-1 to Sherman. Nobody on, 1 out. Blue Devils still lead 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. 1-1, softly grounded to third. Robinette cleans it, makes a nice throw to Corbett, who's able to stay in the bag to put away the second out. Nice play there by Robinette. That's not an easy throw to make when your momentum's taking you towards home. But he made it look easy. 2 away.
Now batting number 28, Ethan Rothberg.
Ethan Vosberg, 0 for 2 today. Nobody on, 2 outs. Swung on and missed, 1-2. Matt Blunk's starting to get into close to the 90s in his pitch count. Got him looking, strike 3. So Matt Blunt gives up a single and a home run, but then gets the next 3 batters to maintain the Blue Devils lead, but they now lead 3-2. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. This is the home for Blue Devil baseball. After a 2-run shot from Grant Steinborn, the Blue Devils will try to get those 2 runs back. They currently lead by 1 run now here in the bottom of the 6th, but Corbett drills one to right field. This is a fair ball down the line. Corbett rounds the bag at 1 and a mess up down there in right field. And he's taken off for 3. Throw into the cutoff. And a triple to start off the inning for Brian Corbett. Preston Sherman seemed to have bobbled it out there in right field for a little bit, and that gave Corbett the opportunity to grab second base and even grab third. So nice heads-up running there by Brian Corbett to get on third as the leadoff hitter. These are the opportunities that Coach Eldridge wants them to take advantage of. Ryan Robinette has to do something right here with him. Ryan Robinette's having himself a pretty solid day. He has 3 hits altogether in both games combined.
Off the bat, roll on set, number 27, Ryan Robinette.
1-0
And it looks like that's going to be all for Grant Steinborn today. So the Blue Devils roughed him up a little bit, gave him 3 runs on just 5 innings of work, and still is responsible for Corbett at third. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll be right back after this short break on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Kane Borbina will be the new pitcher for the Cardinals, and he'll face Ryan Robinette with a runner on third, nobody out. Blue Devils have a 3-2 lead. Kane Borbina, number 8. Kane appeared in 9 games so far this season with an ERA of 4.97, so not one of their better pitchers. Is 1-0 on the season. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, and just 12 innings of work. 0-2 now, though, on Robinette. Robinette hits a hard liner, grounder to short. Takes a look at third, makes a nice throw over to first to get Robinette. So nice play there by Chris Lowe. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter for Logan Barker. Interesting move.
Now in the game and pitching for the Blue Devils, number 12, Jared Roth.
So Jared Roth is going to bat now. Logan Barker, a lefty, would have been up and faced a righty, which is kind of what you want. But instead, they're going to go with Jared Roth, the other lefty. Take a look, see if maybe Barker doesn't have great numbers against righties and maybe Roth has better numbers. Let's see, Logan Barker against righties is batting .295, which is decent. Jared Roth against righties is batting .321, but he has struggled as of late. This one's popped up, third base side, foul ground. Will Vosper get to it? Yes, he will. And they almost got Corbett tagged up. So Jared Roth cannot do anything with his pinch hit opportunity. Fouls out on an early pitch in the count. And now the Cardinals are 1 out away from getting out of this early triple from Corbett. Interesting move to put in Roth there to pinch hit over Logan Barker, who's been pretty successful his entire career here at LTU. But then again, if he does something there, then you can't really say much. So it is what it is. First pitch in for a strike to Nick Allen. A lot of Roth's hits against righties were early in the season, so not sure. 0-2 now on Nick Allen. The 0-2. Ball outside. Got to take advantage of this opportunity right here. You can't waste a leadoff triple against a good pitching team like this. The 1-2. Off-speed pitch. Got him looking. A huge wasted opportunity from the Blue Devils there to leave a triple stranded at third. And the Blue Devils head to the top of the 7th and give the Cardinals some extra life. Go to the top of the 7th. Blue Devils lead 3-2. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Matt Blunk still in the game for the Blue Devils. Jordan Sherman, the first baseman in the 8th spot, steps up to the plate. Jordan is 0 for 2 today. Swings and misses through one there, 1-1. Blue Devils just wasted an opportunity to increase their lead. A leadoff triple from Corbett, couldn't do anything with it with no outs. It grounded to short, popped out, and then struck out looking. We'll see if that comes back to hurt him. This one fouled back to the screen, still 1-2. Matt Blunk, other than the last inning, has been really solid this game. Gave up 2 hits in 5 innings. And there's another hit there. 2 hits in 5 innings, and then the 6th inning gave up 2 hits and 2 runs off a home run from Grant Steinborn. Coach Aldridge standing outside of the dugout now. Got some work going on in the bullpen. We also have a pinch runner for Jordan Sherman. Max Mooring giving his infielders the sign with the runner at first now. The catcher, Justin Mercer, at the plate. Justin will be the last batter before we get back to the top of the order, so you got to get him out. You can't get the first 2 runners on and then get to the top of the order. Only being up 1 run. Shows bunt, gets it down, but this will go foul. Pinch running is number 2, Luke McNinch. Luke has appeared in 34 games but has not started. But he is 6 for 7 on stolen bases this year. So we'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if Mercer bunts again. He's showing bunt, pulls it back, pitch out. No, throw, 1-1. One and one to Mercer. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball again, 2-1 now. Mercer hits a softball to the pitcher, and Blunt gets the nice out. We're at second. A nice play by Blunt there. Took his time, got the easy out. And it'll go down as a fielder's choice for Mercer. So now to the top of the order, the scary top of the order. Van Acker, Chris Lowe, Blaine Milheim, Grant Steinborn. All can do damage. Van is 0 for 2 this game. Does have a walk, both strikeouts, and both are looking. Had a couple sack bunts in game one. Still doesn't have a hit today. Pick off, keep him close. If the Blue Devils and Matt Blanc can somehow get through this part of the order without giving up another run, I have to feel like they'd be really confident heading into the last couple innings, knowing they got through the gauntlet of the order on Concordia. You got Lowe. Well, you got Van Acker here who bats 287. Lowe bats 345. Nice pitch from Blanc there. 2 strikes now on Van Acker. Milheim, obviously, just an insane threat, batting 520. Steinborn already has a home run today. He's batting 340. So you got to get through those, and then I think you can start to feel a little bit more confident in these last couple innings here in the top of the 7th. Blue Devils lead 3-2. The 0-2. Got him looking, strike 3. What a nice pitch there by Matt Blanc. An off-speed pitch. Got him on the outer part of the plate. And Van Acker slowly walks back to the dugout. That was a strike. Got right on the outer part of the plate. That's his 3rd strikeout looking today. Now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Chris Lowe, the shortstop. Pickoff move. Getting closer. Nothing there, though. Chris is 1 for 3. Couple ground outs. That off-speed pitch misses outside. Ball 1. Want to thank all of you for tuning in to today's game. Always appreciated. Fouled off. 1-1 now on Chris Lowe. Chris singled in his very first at-bat today, came around to score. Also singled in his first at-bat in the first inning of this game, but did not come around to score in that one. Sean Fannin had us a 3-run shot back in the 3rd. Grant Steinborn had a 2-run shot for the Cardinals in the 6th. And that's where we are right now, top of the 7th. 3-2, Blue Devils lead. Grounder to second base. Nick Allen to second for 1. And that's all they need. So the Blue Devils get out of a leadoff single, give up no runs. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Stand up if you're bored at home. Do the 7th inning stretch. Go ahead and sing it to yourself if you're bored. This is the Lawrence Tax Sports Network. Max Morin fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Bottom of the seventh. Hope everybody had a nice seventh inning stretch at home. On to Max, grounded down the third base line, foul. Max is 1 for 2 today. He singled back in the third. It was a leadoff single. He came around to score from Sean Fannon's 3 RBI or 3-run shot. So a very important run. Obviously, being up 3-2 now. And you got him looking. So 1 away, and we'll head back to the top of the order. Eddie Dobkowski now at the plate.
Number 11, Eddie Dobkowski.
Borbina still on the mound for the Cardinals. Nice pitch there from him. 67 miles an hour off speed pitch. 0-2 now to Dobkowski. Dobkowski 0 for 2, had a sac bunt back in the third. This one is driven to left field. This will go foul. Way in front of that. Still 0-2. This one a blooper. Pop up to second base. That's Van Acker. And it'll put the second out of the inning away. Quick 2 outs here for Borbina. And Harry Storch. We'll see if he can get on with 2 outs here and start something up. Blue Devils probably would really like at least one more run, just based on the hitters that Concordia has coming up. First pitch in for a strike. 2 runs, obviously way better than 1 run. And 5-run lead is way better than a 4-run lead. And I say that just because if you're up 5 runs, you got to score a run to at least have a chance to tie a game. You know what I mean? It's got to take at least 2 hits, if that makes any sense. Quick 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals and the Blue Devils. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Blue Devils still hold a 3-2 lead. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. One and one now on Blaine Milheim, the 500 hitter. Blaine singled back in the 6th. He came around to score off a Grant Steinborn home run. This is an important couple outs right here for the Blue Devils. Blanc steps off, takes a second. The 1-1. Blaine shows bunt, can't pull it back, and that's just so mind-boggling to me. When you're a 500 hitter, why bother doing that? I just don't understand that, honestly. Like, I haven't seen him play all season, obviously, but I would figure that most of his 66 hits aren't from bunting with no outs, but that pitch just misses outside. I just have a hard time believing when you're a 300-plus hitter, and I see a lot of them try to bunt for hits. It's just, I don't know, I find it hard to be worth it in the end, you know? That one misses low, 3-2. Especially with the power that he's got, too. I know some people bat like 300 and, they only got a couple doubles on the season. That one's driven out to right field, but that's going to get foul. That only have a couple doubles on the season, I can understand why they bunt because they don't have enough power anyways to hit it into the gaps. They're probably only going to get singles out of it. But when you got the power like Wilhelm does, is it really worth taking that chance to bunt and maybe get on for a single when you're obviously an amazing hitter? You might as well just swing for the gaps. The 3-2 misses high, ball 4. So this is how the 6th inning started. Blaine Milheim got on base. Grant Steinborn drove him in with a home run. So nobody out. We'll see what Blanc does here. Blue Devils lead 3-2 in the top of the 8th. Breaking ball gets away from him. Steinborn 2 for 3, has a double and a home run. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses again. Doesn't seem to be coming down with it. And I think the umpire just issued warnings for 2 close pitches, I guess. Everybody is absolutely confused. That was interesting. Guy on first. Blue Devils are up 3-2. 2 close pitches. I don't think he's trying to hit them, but okay. That one just misses inside. 3-0. Blanc hasn't really thrown a fastball much, and these breaking balls are missing inside. I don't anticipate Steinborn swinging here, just with how many misses Blanc's had in a row. That one hits the outer part of the plate. 3-1 now. Be interesting to see what he does here. 3-1. You don't want to leave a pitch hanging over the center of the plate. This is exactly what Coach Eldridge does not want to happen. So we'll see what happens here. 3-1. A slow ground ball hit to second. Allen to second for 1. The relay to first. In time, a double play. A nice slow pitch there. Forced Steinborn to get out in front of the ball. Only able to hit a soft grounder to Allen at second. And they made a fundamentally sound play there to get the 3 and 4 hitters to ground into a double play. What a huge play there from the Blue Devils. That's really what you like to see. Some of those nice double plays there. In huge situations like that, Milheim, Steinborn, the best 2 hitters. And instead of a guy on first, nobody out, you got nobody on 2 outs. And Kanan Bain's now at the plate. Swings and misses the first offering. 0-1. Breaking pitch misses outside. 1-1.
Concordia, number 9, 40.
I actually have a pinch hitter for Concordia, Matthew Bodie. Swings and misses at a soft off-speed pitch there. 1-2. Strike 3. Nice inning of work, getting the 3, 4, 5 hitters out on strikes. Milheim led off the inning with a walk. Steinborn grounded into a double play. Got the 5-spot hitter, Matthew Bodie, on strikes. Blue Devils still lead 3-2 heading into the bottom of the 8th. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Sean Fannin now at the plate. Sean with a 3-run shot back in the 3rd inning. That pitch in for a strike. Gave the Blue Devils the 3-0 lead. Steinborn eventually came back in the 6th. Put 2 on the board. Fannin drills one into right center field. That's going to drop for a single. Leadoff hitter on base for the Blue Devils. Now Jackson Walkowiak will try to get his first hit of the game. And actually his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 7 today. Jackson's been struggling at home. He's 0 for 7 today. But then when they played Madonna, he was 2 for 3 and 3 for 5. But then last week against Clear, he went 0 for 2 and 1 for 3. And then the week before that, he went 0 for 4, 0 for 4 against Rochester. But at Saginaw Valley State, he went 3 for 5. So, not sure what's going on. Just must be a coincidence, because obviously he showed he could hit against Madonna. 1-1 now. Jackson shows bunt, pulls it back. And I believe that's a called strike. 1-2. Fannin, the runner, over at first. Walkowiak, the lefty hitter, at the plate. Blue Devils lead here in the bottom of the 8th, 3-2, trying to get a couple insurance runs maybe. The 1-2. Grounded up to short, a hard hit ball. Shortstop steps on second, over to Sherman for 2. A nice double play by the Cardinals right there. Just like the Blue Devils just did the Cardinals, they got the 3-hitter on, and they had the 4-hitter ground into a double play. That's exactly what the Cardinals just did there. Fannin got on with the single while Kowiak grounded into a double play. And now instead of a runner on first with nobody out, Nobody's on with 2 outs. Nice play by Chris Lowe just to take it himself there, step on the bag, make the easy throw over to first. Brian Corbett at the plate, fouls one back, 1-1. Corbett, fly ball into left field. That's Kane Bain under it to put it away. So LTU can't do anything with the leadoff single, but we'll head to the top of the 9th. The Blue Devils hold a 3-2 lead. We'll see if they can finish it up. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Back here in the top of the 9th, Blue Devils lead 3-2. Matt Blanc still on the mound, trying to finish this one out, give himself a complete game. 6, 7, 8 hitters up to bat. Preston Sherman leads us off. Sean Marshall now in the game in left field. Jackson Walkowiak out at first base, 1-0. That one in for a strike, 1-1. This will be a huge win here for the Blue Devils that keep their spirits alive, trying to host that playoff game, trying to get in that top 2 spots. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. Blanc over 110 pitches, the 1-2. Misses outside, 2-2 now. I gotta believe that Eldridge is probably pretty close to pulling Blanc after a few pitches and a few walks. Swing and a miss. Max Moore completes the strikeout, 1 away. Blanc's breaking ball. Not sure which it is. It's tough to tell from up here, but it has been the pitch that's gotten a lot of hitters. That's Blanc's 11th strikeout of this game. Now we got a pinch hitter here for the Cardinals. This is number 4, Johnny Shields, a freshman. Johnny batting just .229 on the season. Not much power, just 3 doubles, no home runs. He's batting for Ethan Vosberg, who struck out twice in this game, popped up to second. He also doesn't have a hit in the first game either. So 1 out, Blue Devils lead 3-2 here at the top of the 9th. Nobody on. First pitch in for a strike.
Pinch hitter for the Cardinals, number 4, Shields.
Lights are turned on. Sun's starting to set. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Nice soft speed pitch once again. 0-2 now to Shields. See if he does it again. The 0-2. Just misses outside. That's an 0-2 ball there. Just like a 3-0 strike, that one was an 0-2 ball. Nobody on. 1 out. The 1-2. Swing and a drive down the left field line, foul. Still 1-2 on Shields. Matt Blanc looking confident, ready to close this game out. 2 batters away. The 1-2. In for strike 3. Caught him looking. 2 down now for the Blue Devils. Top of the 9th. Matt Blanc looking to get one more batter to close out this game and take revenge on the Cardinals and take this game 3-2. The Cardinals won game 1, 3-2. Blue Devils looking to do the same here in game 2. Jordan Sherman, the 8-spot hitter, up at the plate. First pitch, breaking ball misses outside, 1-0. That's Blanc's 12th strikeout this game. Here's the 1-0. Curveball in for a strike, 1-1 now. We've hardly seen him throw any fastballs lately. His curveball has been the main pitch this entire game, and it's been very effective. The 1-1 in for a strike. Strike 2. 1 strike away from splitting this doubleheader and keeping playoff host hopes alive. Nobody on. 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Misses outside. 2-2. Two and two now. Blanc probably going to throw that curveball again. Here it is. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball to short. Storch comes up with it. The throw to first, and he got him. What a game thrown by Matt Blanc. Just 2 runs on 5 hits, 12 strikeouts, and the Blue Devils come back and split this doubleheader with the Cardinals. Take game 2, 3-2, and keep their playoff hosting hopes alive. Sean Fannin led the team with a 3-run shot back in the 3rd inning. Grant Steinborn came back in the 6th inning for the Cardinals, hit a 2-run shot of his own, but that would not be enough as the Blue Devils will tame the Cardinals and take game 2 by a score of 3-2. From Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan, I'm Chase Kaufman. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back on Saturday as the Blue Devils take on the Wolverines of U of M Dearborn. Final line for Matt Blanc, if you're still there. 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts on 129 innings pitched. So what a game. There were times where it looked like he might have been struggling to starting to throw strikes, but he came back nicely. Gotten a lot of 3-1 counts on hitters that probably shouldn't have been on, but then came back nicely to get the power hitters. And the play that I look back on and remember most is definitely the double play that Grant Steinborn grounded into with nobody out and Blaine Milheim on. So thank you everybody for listening. I'm Chase Kaufman for the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. We'll see you Saturday.